Hi, welcome back. And we're looking at Part D, Gathering Electronic Evidence. And there are 4 steps here, and some steps are more complicated than others, but let me take you through the critical parts, and on another slide, I'll expand on one of those in detail. But step 1 is to secure the device and initial tasks. And this is where you need to think about the physical setting in which you are gathering the electronic evidence. So you need to know if you have the right to seize the hardware. You need to consult IT on shutdown, and then you need to work out how to seize the hardware carefully. Evidence marking, chain of custody, photo documentation, and having other witnesses, neutral witnesses, observe the process of you getting access and securing the device and initial tasks. Now, we move to step 2, and that's where we need to clone the device, because ultimately you are securing a PC or some electronic device. You want to search through that device for evidence, right? Well, you don't do that on the device that you have secured. What you want to do is clone electronically everything that is on that device, the PC, and do the search in another PC. So in the process of cloning, you need to go through a process of setting up a CRC number, and I'll talk about that shortly. You need to do this to guarantee that you have a bit-for-bit copy in the clone PC that you will be searching. So we go to step 3, where there's a manual device search, and that is, all of you know how to do this. You go through your PC, look for this recycle bin, recent application files, external media, computer logs, documents. You know what to do in this part. Then finally, there's an automated device search where we use open source packages and commercial software. And you can access these online, especially the open source packages, Helix and Backtrack. The commercial software, much more proprietary, Forensic Tools and EnCase Forensic. So as I told you, I want to do a deep dive in one aspect of getting a bit-for-bit copy on cloning your device, and that is the next slide. When you are cloning the device, you need to calculate a CRC checksum, and that is a cyclic redundancy check. So before you copy anything on the PC onto your clone PC, you want to do a CRC digital map of the PC that you are cloning. So after the cloning has taken place in your clone PC, you again recalculate the CRC of the clone PC, and the checksum should be exactly the same. And that is evidence or a check that the clone PC that you'll be working on and searching is exactly the same as the PC that you have confiscated. One little thing I want to bring to your attention that is associated with something that you all know about, and that is cryptocurrency, the Bitcoin, and the whole notion of blockchain, which is the foundation of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And that is the cryptography behind cryptocurrencies is the same as the cryptography behind the CRC checksum, and that is a hash algorithm. In this case, what you see is a SHA-1 result, and that shows you a 40 character hexadecimal result that will change even if you change one letter in the data. And this SHA-hash algorithm is the cryptography behind the CRC checksum. The one used for Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies traditionally is the SHA-256, referring to 256 bits, but the actual hash algorithm is 64 characters. The one above you here is only 40, but the principle is the same. What we're trying to do is to just have a check that the cloned PC that you will be searching is exactly the same as a PC that you have confiscated from the alleged fraudulent person, whoever worked on that PC. Wow. All right. Enough of my cryptography lesson here. I don't want you to get too confused, But do realize, notice this, that in other chapters or areas of fraud that we are more aware of today, it is all happening in the cryptocurrency space. It is happening in cybersecurity. And this is where we need to get more aware of the cryptography that is necessary to protect ourselves against electronic fraud. Wow. All right, enough of that, Neil. Let's get on to electronic communications and finish up this session. Electronic communications, text, email, social media. Be careful what you put in social media, is a great source of finding out fraud symptoms and fraud evidence. You can find out if someone has got a flash car, and that may be a symptom of extravagant lifestyle. So be careful if you post a picture of your latest Bentley or Lamborghini onto your Facebook, all right? Be careful. People might be seeing that as an extravagant lifestyle, as a symptom of fraud. You don't want to give the wrong messages out there on social media. It's a great source of fraud evidence. So that finishes up this area. And I just want to summarize these sections of videos that you have been going through in Module 7, Chapter 7. There are different ways organizations fight fraud. We are looking at fraud investigation in this section. In summary, it was all about developing a vulnerability chart, and that was setting up a strategic plan for the fraud investigation. So another word for vulnerability chart is a strategic plan. And then we looked at theft act investigation methods, surveillance, invigilation, physical evidence, and finally electronic evidence. And increasingly these days and going forward, there's going to be greater attention to, number one, looking for electronic evidence, but associated with that, getting a greater understanding of the AI software tools that can be used to crawl and search among the electronic evidence out there. This is O'Connor in Module 7, Chapter 7. Take care and see you in the next module. Bye for now.